Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're taking the new Legend Big Mom, the big meme, into all of the training forests. In today's video, we're going to be doing a bit of discussion on the new Legend that did release on both global and Japan, talking about her strengths, talking about her cons, as well as just sort of showcasing the final stage of every single one of the forests. Funny enough, she actually gets it done, obviously, like, incredibly easy. It's where she shines the most, and you can actually use the same team from, like, the Mihawk forest all the way to the Big Mom forest. If you guys want to check out the actual runs for the Hawkins forest and the Kid forest, I will leave a link in the descriptions below. But while you're down there, don't forget to belt the like button for me if you're new to the channel. Hit that big red subscribe button. Like, 55% of you guys haven't subbed. Like, it's good OPTC content. Like, hit the subscribe button. Most importantly, enjoy the video. Let me know what you think about the new Big Mom in the comment section below as well. And let's dive into the content. Alright, so we're starting it off over here at the Forest of Training. I can't remember what Mihawk's forest is called. It's the Mihawk forest, basically. And obviously, they start very, very easy, and they get harder and harder as time goes on, as the game has sort of evolved over time. But the forests, they were once the pinnacle of the hardest content in the game. Nowadays, I don't know if I would say that they're the pinnacle of the hardest content. Obviously, the Kid forest is still incredibly hard, but obviously, the earlier forests, like, they're not very tricky, and to a character like Big Mom, they are fairly easy because of that end of turn damage that she does provide. When a character like this actually does release, it is really nice to take them into a piece of content that they thrive in. And Big Mom, she definitely thrives in forest situations. Namely, not only because of her back-ended damage in terms of the end of turn damage she can provide with that lightning effect, but she can also apply paralysis. The paralysis, I don't know how much play that's going to see. We'll have to, like, wait and see moving forward. But in a forest, that can actually work really, really well. Because in a forest, you only need to beat the content once. And getting that RNG paralysis, because most characters in forest don't actually have full immunity, being a forest, there's like 10 stages of craziness. Getting the paralysis off can actually help, can work in your favor. It can actually, like, clutch you a run, beat the forest, and then just sort of you go, okay, cool, I'm done with this, and just never play it ever again. Unfortunately, that's kind of what forests have become. But if you are a bit of a satanic player like myself, what's the word, sadistic? Player like myself, and you actually like to go back into them, then obviously there is that too. But Big Mom, she doesn't struggle with any forest. The Kid forest was a bit like, how you going? But, like, all the way up to the Hawkins forest, she just absolutely steamrolls, especially to the Big Mom forest. I used the same team to beat every single one. This team you see on screen, I think I put Katakuri in over Opera, but this team you see on screen, like, it can clear, like, every single one of them, and it does it, like, so stupidly easy, because Big Mom has a very good special, she has a very good super typing. With the access to Pudding, Pudding is, like, her best friend. Legend Pudding is going to see so much play under this Big Mom, because not only can she stockpile the craziness of, like, the 2.5 times orb boost, or the 2.25 times attack boost, but she has cooldowns. She has like 2 turns of cooldowns every 7 turns, and Big Mom needs that so badly. Big Mom's kit is incredibly powerful though. She's a 2.5 times orb boost that gives you a full board of Semler Slops through block orbs, and that orb boost is for int and psi characters, which are very, very powerful, 2 of the best colors in the entire game. Her captain ability will be a 5.25 times captain, sorry, to int and psi, provided you have a Semler slot, which obviously she can generate, as well as making Dex and recovery orbs into Semler slots, which is very, very nice. Being able to be a 5.25 times captain, just, it's absolutely wild. She has a lot of HP too. I think she has like a 1.5 times HP buff, if I remember correctly. Like, if you can see here, like, she's got so much HP going for her. And the thing I have found with Big Mom is she's an absolute tanking powerhouse. She plays a lot of damage output, and she basically doesn't die. She also has that ability to self-proc her special at the start of the quest, and her special will do a 20% HP cut on entry, as well as do about 1.2 million end-of-turn damage, very similar to V1 Kaido. So, like, she can wave clear very easily, she can get around resilient, she's got a very powerful special of orb manipulation, as well as being a slot boost. And if you guys know me, a character that can give you a full board of slots, no matter what, and an orb boost is it's very, very valuable in the team. It's like the thing above you look for when you are the thing above an attack booster when you are building a team, in my opinion anyway. Stuff like Vershanks, Snake Man, Vivi. Snake Man not so much because he doesn't go through block orbs, but this Big Mom just falls into that category amazingly. She also has that ability to be an attack booster as well. So with like 2 Big Moms as your captains, you have all the damage output you pretty much need, and you can just fill the rest of the team with utility. She also has a super type condition, which is obviously that attack boost. But you do need one of the Big Mom pirates. And like I said, you've got stuff like katakuri, you've got stuff like crackers, ovens, smoothies. But pudding's the big one. I feel like pudding at the moment is going to see the most play under this Big Mom, as she's not only an in-character, but she can just like stockpile this special and just give you cooldowns as well. So Big Mom, in terms of her like damage output, no issues whatsoever. In terms of her ability to tank shots, no issues whatsoever. Similar slots don't heal at the end of turn. They heal at the start of the next turn, which can be detrimental, but because they heal more, it actually works out quite nicely. And like, if you eat 6 similar slots, you're getting about 30k healing, which is just absolutely mind-boggling. This chick, she just don't die. Like, she just doesn't die. The ability as well to give paralysis is quite nice in terms of her RNG, but she can also remove damage reduction and threshold with that like second shot of the like paralysis effect. Now that actually came in clutch when I was doing something like the Hawkins Forest, when I was doing something like the Kid Forest. That actually helped me out quite a bit. But again, those little back-ended abilities that she has is not really the drawing factor to her right now, but moving forward in content, it definitely could be, and I can see them like making that a little bit more valuable in long-term content, provided they actually obviously like implement the mechanics. As for the rest of her kit though, and as for how she works, she does have some pretty big design flaws in my opinion. Unlike V1 Kaido, who has that same initial entry 20% HP cut and then has the end of turn damage, Big Mom only does one big damage hit, where Kaido does like 3. If you have 2 Kaidos, Kaido will do his 20% HP cut, and then he does a HP cut at the end of turn, big damage cut, and then a big damage cut. It's a lot of damage you can get with Kaido, and if you are sort of doing this speedrunning content stuff, like the Forest for example, Kaido is still going to be your man to go for, as you can get a lot more damage output. Unlike Kaido though, she has a much better special, she has a super type, and she has a much more powerful captain ability. But Kaido has the beauty of having special cooldown in his captain ability. He gives 2 turns of cooldowns to powerhouse and striker characters, where Big Mom, she doesn't give any cooldown at all. And I think what they were trying to do is with the paralysis effect, you can get the 30% chance to paralyze, and then that way you can actually stall off to get her specials back. She's on a whopping 15 turn cooldown too, by the way, which is just absolutely appalling. 15 turn cooldown, like it's like Straw Hat Crew, right? It's just so detrimental to use stuff like a sub. I tried using her as a sub actually under Marco, and her special cooldown was just so damn high that I just had to like replace her with the free-to-play version. The free-to-play Big Mom just like, I found it just was just better in most situations as a sub compared to the new super type Lin Lin. Nevertheless, if you can get her special, it's just absolutely bonkers what she can do for your team. But that special cooldown being so high and then her not giving cooldowns in her captain ability, I do think that's going to be a bit of an issue when it comes to shorter content like arenas, like Colosseums, anything that has normal attacks only that is only 5 turns. It is going to be quite detrimental, as the first 3 stages obviously aren't going to have normal attacks only. And that end of turn damage that Big Mom can provide is just going to do a lot of damage. So then you're going to have to fill out the rest of your team, not only with utility to get around the content, but also with special cooldown, so you can actually get her special off, so she can actually be your damage dealer. Nevertheless, her super typing is very, very good, and Pudding obviously can stockpile that, and you get the cooldowns, and like Pudding, like I said, Pudding's just going to be so good for Lin Lin, so good. But that's sort of like her big design flaw, in my opinion anyway, when it comes to looking at her kit. She has no cooldowns, and her special charge is at 15 turns, which is just absurdly high. The other downside to her is obviously that just that end of turn damage is only 1 turn. Like, it's only 1 shot. So it's only doing about 1.2 million. But with that, in saying that, I should say, is it can actually get around resilience. And obviously the law states, if thou shall use V1 Kaido, you shall use V1 Kaido. To get around stuff like resilience, to get around annoying, those types of annoying mechanics, Big Mom is also going to have that effect. Unlike Kaido though, even though Kaido is still quite slow, Big Mom's animations take forever. Forever. At the start of every turn, getting the 20% HP cut, the end of turn damage, then you get the paralysis, and then it takes so long. And as you can see, like, this video goes for, what, 12 minutes? Probably about 11 if you exclude the intro. And that's purely because, like, I mean, look, I'm using specials and stuff. I'm trying to drag it out so I can actually talk about the unit. But, like, most of that comes from just that interrupt at the start where we actually have to watch the, we actually have to watch that sort of intro where, what did I actually just like to glance over to the actual content. Like, that Blackbeard just wiped away all of our buffs and we still win. Absolutely wild. Most of this content, too, like, in the back end, like the final fight, I don't actually use the, the end of turn damage. I just use it actually in the forest to get to the final stage, which is just absolutely wild. That end of turn damage, though, like, it just carries you. It'll just carry you through. Any content that has no normal attacks only, it will carry you. And that's that. There's no ifs, there's no buts, there's no coconuts about that. So she's going to be really good for newer players. She's more of a quality of life legend. But we'll have to wait and see how she goes when she's not boosted in particular content. Because I do think not having special charge, I do think losing out on those specials is going to be a big detriment to this particular legend. In saying that, though, if you can get her specials, and when she works in, like, long content, like Revolution Army 2, Dofi 2, where you get your cooldowns at the start, Forest, where you have that 10 turns to get the charge, Lin is an absolute weapon. Like, an absolute weapon. One of the best at long content. And in saying that, she's, like, built like a speed captain, yet her animations take forever. Another narc that a lot of people have with this unit is the whole lightning effect. A lot of people are talking about, like, why did they give that lightning effect? Why did they give the dark screen? It's hard to see. It's hard to hit your perfects. Blah, 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 blah. I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's a nice little effect that they've added in the game. They're trying something different, and it changes, and they make something unique for this particular unit. Do I want to see it on every unit? No. No, I don't. Otherwise, that would just, like, kill the concept, right? But like I said, I don't actually hate that they've done that. Like, it's something different, and I think it's just people nitpicking at something that's just not up their alley. And, look, I understand. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But for me, I think it's kind of cool. Like, I think it's kind of cool. And like I said, I don't want to see it on every single unit, but, like, at the same time, like, I don't love it, I guess is the best thing to say. Overall, I do think Big Mom is an incredibly powerful legend. I think she's a lot of fun. She's a nice breath of fresh air, because we haven't seen a legend like this in a little while, and taking her into something like Forests was her absolute, like, perfect scenario. I'm very interested to see how she goes in arenas, but I do think she's going to have those sort of flaws in terms of not sort of out, like, just being too quick for the content. But like I said, we'll have to wait and see. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on the new Big Mom in the comment section below. Do you like her kit? Do you dislike her kit? What do you love? What do you hate? Let me know. I'd love to have a chat. But if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to go down there and belt the like button. Big meme taking on all of the training forests. While you're down there, though, hit the like button if you are new. Hit that big red subscribe button. But guys, we've got in this beautiful world. Please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Lates!